We'll go ahead and start with Coach Pearl.
Thought the kids played hard. Once again, gave herself a chance. Probably going to look back as a missed opportunity because I think Alabama was down their point guard. And having Sharif back was an advantage because there was no tape on him, so you could anticipate what he was going to do, but not know for sure. I thought, obviously, you could tell how hard Sharif's worked to stay right and stay ready. And what a dynamic player he is, and how we obviously have been working to try to build a program around him the last couple of years, knowing he would be coming in. And so it's great to have him back. I think a student athlete of lesser character could have opted out or done something else, and he was a phenomenal teammate and had a great semester academically and is a terrific student athlete, so it's great to get him back. Alan Flanagan's a horse. He's a workhorse. Man, what a warrior. I think his father should be really proud of him. What effort. Played 35 minutes. Just played great. JT Thor showed, continues to show great, making great strides, and had 4 big blocks, and we all benefited by having Sharif out there, but it was great. It was fun to see.
All right, we'll open it up for questions. We'll go ahead and start with Mark Murphy.
Yeah, Bruce, talk about Sharif playing 33 minutes. That's probably a lot of minutes for somebody playing their first game, but it looked like he handled it pretty well.
Yeah, I'm sure he's pretty sore right now, Murph. I tried to make a strong statement by starting him. Typically, when a guy comes off of an injury or something like that and he's out, I typically will move him in off the bench. But Sharif is a leader. He commands the respect of his teammates. And it was interesting. I talked to Alan, Jamal, and Devin and the team before the game yesterday. And then again this morning. And I said, I'd like to start Sharif. He's ready. We all know how he affects our play, but I want to make a strong statement because he has hung in there through a real challenging time. Auburn worked really hard to get him on the floor, and I didn't intend to play him that long. Devin, Jamal, and Al all offered to come out of the starting lineup in order to start Sharif. Each one of them. That tells you about the culture and the chemistry in our locker room.
We'll go to Justin Ferguson.
Hey Bruce, you mentioned him in your opening statement, but JT had an amazing game. Had those 2 quick fouls, and then you put him back in late in the first half. It took him a while before he got his third. How big was it for him to do all that and also stay foul-free for that long stretch?
Yeah, he did well. I put him in late in the first half. I thought we needed a little bit more punch. I know he had 2 fouls, but just didn't want to let Alabama go into the locker room and control the game. And he responded and played through foul trouble. And I don't have a hard rule that when you get 2, you have to sit the whole half. I don't. I tend to play that way, but not always. So he did a great job, and he just wants to get better. He just wants to be a great player.
We'll go to Jordan Hill.
Bruce, with Sharif's first start, he showed such great vision with some of those passes to Devin and JT. What were your thoughts on what he showed with that, and how big was that even for his teammates, the fact he was able to help produce some of those big plays?
Well, it was huge. Obviously, you know, the offense has got lots of different dimensions with the spacing. You know, when he's able to, you know, get guys the balls and those places, all of a sudden our ball screen offense becomes multi-dimensional because he can split them. You got to guard him. He's definitely, obviously, made us better offensively. That's an Alabama team that you can't score on. I mean, they're really good defensively. They're elite defensively. And we did a good job offensively. Now, on the defensive end, we did not do a good job. Give them credit. You know, Herb was terrific. That's the best Bruner's played. You know, he made 3 big threes. You know, Primo had to play a lot and made some shots. The reason why I'm saying that we might have let one get away is, you know, John Petty's going to play a lot better than next time. Alex Reed's going to play better and more next time. So it was a really good win for Alabama. They're a good team, and they made the plays down the stretch, and they got to the foul line 26 times in the second half against us. And late, that's what they did. They got downhill, got to the foul line. Petty and Herb each had 4 fouls for a long time also.
We'll go to Nathan King.
Hey Bruce, I know you were talking about it before, how much Sharif had been staying patient. I know all his teammates were kind of anticipating him, looking forward to him coming back. Just from kind of an overall morale perspective of this team for the rest of the season, what do you think kind of having the full team together does for y'all moving forward?
Our morale has been strained because we're not winning. We're getting better. We're working hard. I mean, I understand that we're young, and some of our young players are freshmen, sophomores. They played really well. So it's, again, the lose is not their fault, but it's hard for the morale to be great when we're just challenged by being either thin or having had such a disruptive fall. But that said, I think that kids are excited about their opportunities. Again, in this COVID environment, the fact that they're out there playing, living their dreams, the fact that the athletic departments and the SEC are working so hard to give them this opportunity to go to school. School starts again Monday. Classes start Monday. I hope our students are excited about class, excited about getting back, understand the importance of staying safe, socially distant in these first few weeks as we come back. And because the virus will spread quickly. And but I'm glad they're on the floor, and I'm glad they're in class, and I'm glad that not everything is going to be virtual. We got to do the best job we can for these kids to give them these opportunities. So I'm proud of Auburn for doing that for us, and grateful.
All right, got time for a few more. We'll go to Caleb Jones first.
Hey Coach, thanks for talking with us. You talked about how you didn't want to give Alabama complete control in the first half. You went down 10 early. Can you talk about Alan Flanagan and his first half performance? How big it was for him to get the 8 straight points and kind of bring it all back?
I mean, that was huge. That Al got hot, kind of kept us in the game. That's because Al's not afraid. But it was his overall game, and throughout the game, playing 35 heavy minutes that I admire as much. But obviously Al's experience showed. And we still turned the ball over way too much. We didn't score enough off the offensive glass. We left a lot of points out there in the paint, and we got to do a better job of finishing around the rim.
Got a follow-up from Justin Ferguson.
Bruce, another SEC game where you guys had some stretches where rebounding was tilted in the other team's favor pretty hard. What do you think needs to kind of be fixed on that end to tighten that up?
Well, just go up and down the stat sheet, and we get out rebounded by 3, and they get 15 offensive rebounds to our 31 defensive rebounds. It's just not a great ratio. And they get 27 defensive rebounds to our 8 offensive rebounds. So got to pick out physically.
Our last one will come from Jordan Hill.
Bruce, when we talked yesterday, I guess I was about 2 o'clock, still hadn't had a word on Sharif. What was sort of the timeline between now and then, and how much confidence did you have, even if it was on short
We
notice?
didn't get it till late last night. Late last night. Where we were able to, from a compliance standpoint, get the squad list and everything signed. We tried to get it out as early as we could. Just respectful of the fact you guys have been, the media has been really good, and I appreciate you guys in many ways. But you respected Sharif's privacy, and we tried to get it to you as quickly as we could. You know, there's something about getting it out there and who can be first and all that stuff, and just try to be as fair as we could. If you guys ask me a direct question, I'm going to give you a direct answer. So I hate when you ask me, you know, is this guy, did he travel with a team or something like that? Well, I'm not, I had to take a pass on it, right? So when I said, I got asked yesterday, is he eligible? At the time I got asked the question, he wasn't. I knew we were getting close, but so I hope that we always maintain that relationship.
All right, thank you, Coach.